what kind of sidebar, but did I ever tell you guys it was like Christmas time? It was seasonal. And I was working at GameStop, right? I have so many stories about GameStop. This one sticks on my mind. So, like, the customer asked me, right, because he sees me in the front answering questions or telling him about sales, blah blah blah. He asked me, can you show me where blah 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 is? And I was like, if we have it, let me see if I can find a box for you. And because I assumed he wanted the original box. Like, who would not want the original box? So he was like, is this the same game as, like, he was asking about a prequel or sequel, one of those. Like, they were like, is this game connected to that game? And can you show me which game you're talking about? I asked him. And so he takes out his phone, right? And he's swiping through, like, pictures he took. And you see all this normal shit, like, like picture of a receipt, picture of, like, like, I don't know, like a spot on a map or something, a screenshot. He gets to one picture, and it is a female's vagina. And I didn't say anything. He didn't say anything. So, but we both knew we saw it. So I didn't say anything. I nope, not gonna get me in that trap. Nope. Well, he ended up getting what he was looking for, so I'm glad. Like, hopefully he left me a good review or something. I was going through my phone and I showed this guy a vagina and he didn't say anything. That could be anyone's vagina. Come on. Whatever. The shit people have on their phone. God damn. I shouldn't be talking though. I have a lot of femboy stuff. I shouldn't be talking. Well, mine isn't pornographic. That's the thing. Mine is not pornographic. If I had something to do on Geshe Monday today, for example, I would do the thing Atsu did. On Mondays, on Geshe Mondays, he would just run around the map doing his normal shit. But, like, at the same time, he was talking, but he wasn't talking about the game. There was nothing related to the game. It was just about his personal life, his friends, and stuff like that. And a lot of people really liked that. They thought it showed a more human side of him that you never really get to see because he's always talking about guys for Genshin Impact, blah blah blah. He's from Genshin Impact, but you see him talking about, like, the viewer pose, the viewer summons, wishing, whatever. And, like, you can get a professional streamer to do the wishes for you in the sense that you hope they're lucky and you get a little bit of, like, 15 minutes of fame. So it's like, it's win-win. You're gonna do those wishes anyway, so might as well let a famous YouTuber do it. I don't know. Or Twitcher. I don't know. I've always found that interesting. Like, who started that thing where you let someone not only get the password to your account, but use that. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I understand if they're a really large content creator, right? YouTuber, whatever. So they're probably not gonna steal your account, right? If they're, like, really, like we're talking like 300K famous shit, and, like, I don't know what to say. Yeah, whoever thought of that? It sounds like it would be fun, to be honest. And Oh yeah, I did have a session doing that. It was with Moonshine. Like, oh my god, that was just before the pandemic. Are you joking? Wait, was it before the pandemic? I know it was plus or minus 5 years of the pandemic. I think probably minus. But yeah, like she didn't have any, she didn't have any fucking mods. Like she was doing everything herself, which is why I think that had to do with potentially her taking a break, or a break turned into a longer break, etc., and got to the point where she just wasn't streaming anymore. And every couple years, every year or something like that, she would come back and start streaming like nothing happened. Obviously, people would say hi to her, you know, how was your break, blah, blah, blah. And she would imply that she was going to stay and like resume normal, normal gameplay. But she never does. Like, I think she gets committed and then she's like, I still don't have any fucking mods yet. And like, that part sucks. I'm sorry. I feel bad for her. I don't know, like, what's the protocol in that? Like, how do you say, holy shit, you're just getting too stressed out streaming? And I think that was the case. I think something it had to do with was possibly having kids as well. I think I don't know for sure, but I know she at some point like briefly mentioned it in passing, but maybe that was it. And that was my guess as to what that was. Maybe she either already has the kid, or she's pregnant, or in the process of being pregnant. But all I know is she has a real life now. She doesn't necessarily need to stream for something that's not her occupation in the first place. So I understand. I get it. It just sucks when you like have to make that choice. Obviously, we will all make the right choice, but the point is, like, in a perfect world, wouldn't you make both choices? But sometimes there's just not enough fucking time to do that. From what I hear, kids take a lot of time. I didn't know that either. Wow, I didn't know that. Thank you for informing me, all the parents out there. I would not have guessed. I would not have known. Anyway. Holy shit, what time is it? Oh shit, it's almost exactly midnight. Perfect. I hope all this was recorded. I'm probably not going to use any of it, but I just hope it was. I just want to watch it again, see which parts I could have did better, etc. I'll download it to my phone and then put it next to a picture of a vagina. Like nobody's gonna say anything. So like, dude, you could just put that on your phone and walk around with it. Like no one's gonna say anything. Well, I don't know, some people might. I don't know. Depends how big your phone is. If your phone is really big, if it's widescreen and it's showing. You know, if it's vertical. Okay, let's stop. Alright, it's midnight. Alright, let me figure out what's going on with what. At least we had a good laugh, huh? At least it was about something comedic. It's those moments we need to live for. Those moments of relief. Holy shit, I'm still on the screen. Why am I still on the screen? Probably because I wasn't doing anything. The vagina story. Oh my god. I mean, like, he didn't even try to hide it. He scrolled through it like it was normal. Like, okay, yeah, this guy, he's not gonna get offended by a picture of a vagina. I mean, like, that doesn't mean I want to see it. Like, if you're showing it for free, I could take a glance at it. But like, it's kind of an awkward situation to put me in. Like, am I supposed to say something? Because like, it's a GameStop, right? There's kids there. I don't know. Like, that's why I asked what the protocol was. Like, am I supposed to be like, hey, might want to hide that picture of whoever's vagina that is? I know. Some of the shit you see in retail, man. Some of that shit. Yeah, that GameStops in general, but especially the one I go to, it's in a local mall, which is basically gonna shut down soon anyway. But yeah, the staff at that GameStop especially, I shouldn't say especially, but it seems like it is like a revolving door. I don't know where the previous people go. They don't stay there. If that makes any sense. I don't think that position is meant to be for like a lifer. I don't think it's meant to be for someone who's gonna stay in that spot in the hierarchy for the rest of their lives. Like store manager, for example. You would assume that eventually you would become district manager, etc., and you would just keep moving up, right? There's more people trying to move up than there are positions available. So where do these other people go? Maybe they just vanish. I don't know. They just disappear. GameStop takes care of them. GameStop snuffs them out. When was the last time you heard that? Snuff? When you get snuffed out. How much is the juice, man? Do you got the Vig or do you not got the Vig? Oh, okay, it's a little bit past midnight. Okay, I was just waiting for it to go a little bit past midnight. I gotta figure out this way. Don't worry about it. Alright, I'm gonna minimize this real fast, guys. You still see on your screen. You don't want to see what I'm doing right now. Trust me, you don't want to see what I'm doing right now. There's nothing illegal, of course. It's not being recorded, so, it'll be fine. Okay, that checks out. I never used to be able to crack myself up before. But some of the shit I say is like, I'm even surprised it leaves my mouth. 18 plus. What game is this I'm looking at? Oh, okay. Oh, that's fine. Oh, today's Tuesday. Yeah, I did all the stuff I need to do on Genshin Monday. Like, it's basically just world bosses. I mean, what else is there? Battle Pass. If you have the Battle Pass. Like, I recommend it, even if you want to be a low spender. The number of resources that you get are, like, so valuable. Oops. I 5, 8, 9. What's going on here? I guess you're getting kind of tired. Wow. Missed it again. Okay, now this one. Okay. Kind of very disappointed. There was nothing there. Nothing new. Let me put it that way. It's a big bummer. It made me bummed out. But that's okay. It happens. In my heart of hearts, I don't think it's gonna work out. And I feel like I should say something, because the longer I wait, the more difficult it could be. Emphasis on could be. Could have been crazy, but anyway. 18 plus. I don't know why I said that. I played a game, I think Bad Driver uploaded a guide for it. It was just a real quick, I don't think I had a platinum trophy. It was just like free trophies basically. And the name of the game was Schizophrenia. And I'm looking at the game, I'm watching the gameplay, and I'm just like, there's no way this is good for anyone. Am I wrong? Do you disagree? I mean, it was a horror game, so I'm not saying you see all these headless people, or like people like ghosts or some shit. I guess you don't see that. No, it's just weird to me. The things people will make video games about. I think ADHD or ADD, whatever, is one of the most overdiagnosed diagnoses that there have ever been. There's no way everyone out there has ADHD. There's no way that many people have it. It's not a common thing. I don't think it's common, at least. I think in some cases, like, do you have to use medicine to treat it? No, you don't. So that's what I want people understand. Like, if it's severe enough, then maybe. But like, if they're just having attention span issues and they're in the fucking like 6th grade, doesn't mean you gotta drug them up. I mean, I would assume it would be better to let them learn how to cope with it. And if it's not working, then maybe consider the medication. But it's like that 600-pound show, right? The doctor makes like a diet for them to prove that they want to lose weight, just by losing a little bit of weight. And when that's proven to him, then he goes on with the surgery. But the point is, you have to show that you want it, and you're not just getting the surgery because that's the easy way out. I don't think people realize you have to change a lot of things when you have that surgery. Like, the biggest thing, you have to change your diet. There's certain things you can or should not be eating anymore. I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's a life-changing surgery, but, do your fucking research. I don't know, man. Why is it so hard for people to do their research about things? Especially if it's something really personal or medical? Why would you let it slide like that? Like it's not important. How do you make that decision based on something that could change your life? I mean, like, theoretically, has something gone wrong with the surgery and you died? I mean, it's within the realm of possibility. But then, like, nothing, you don't have a will, you don't have a last testament. So it's just like, what happens to your valuables? What happens to those? All of those? Does the state get them? I don't fucking know. I mean, the family can make a case for it, can't they? I don't know. It's sad. It really is. But the way the doctor's handling that 600-pound show or whatever, I think that's the proper way to handle it. Because, like, you have to prove that you can stick to a diet. Because if you have the surgery, you lose all the weight, and you can't stick to the diet, dude, it's a lot. It's gonna be a lot worse than people think. They think, oh, you just got a stomach ache. Uh, do you want to find out? Like, if you were told that you have to eat blah blah blah, why wouldn't you eat blah blah blah? Yeah, it might be an early night tonight. Alexa, when is daylight savings?
Daylight saving time starts March 8th, 2026 at 2 a.m. and ends November 1st, 2026 at 2 a.m.
March? Is March a part of spring? Holy shit, I don't know. What month are we in? Where am I? No, I'm just kidding. Whose house am I in right now? No, that's not it. What if you could turn electricity into a fluid, into like some sort of oil? Like you do something with the electricity and you turn it into like electric gas. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I guess it's not really possible. Right? Well, as far as we know right now, it's not possible. Might be possible in the future. You don't know. We'd be filling up electric cars with liquid electricity. Well, if you know the answer, then you tell me. Alright, oh shit, I should probably eat something now. God damn. What time is it? Yeah, guys. If I end stream now, honestly, I'll probably just come back in like a few hours. 5 a.m. reset. It's only 4.5 hours from now. Excuse me. This is how I did not see things going. Well, a lot of things. Past 5 years. Certain relationships that began and end. Well, I know this will fall on deaf ears, but if you somehow get this message, Kirsten, I understand what happened. I'm always 100% positive this is what happened, but your current partner or whoever you're with now is uncomfortable with you talking to me, where me being one of your exes. And I guess he doesn't want you saying anything about him at all. Well, like, oh, I'm seeing someone now. They don't like me talking to my ex or exes. I guess she couldn't even write that. I'm not saying she's being controlled or manipulated or something. It's just, I understand. I wish you told me that, but I understand. I hope this person is your one. Your one as in the one for you. I wish you nothing but the best. Sometimes I still remember those drives. It went by faster because I was playing music. Yeah. Once I was playing the music, that was back when like fucking CDs existed, or they existed obviously, but like people were still using them. I think I had a cassette tape that plays music from your phone onto your stereo. Yeah, how do we start talking about that? Anyway, no, but she has a new life now, and she looks different, not in a bad way, just different. I wrote this story in my book. I'll repeat it. So she had found out, and her mom was the one informing her that the best thing to do was to move back to where she was from, so that her parents, Kirsten's parents, could have help raising the baby at the time and the kid, while she could go work. And I assume her parents were retired, but like, so she could go to work and just get her life back together. Because a move like that's kind of very much life interrupting. I don't think people realize that. It's kind of scary too, just saying. But when she found out the news, she told me, and I don't remember how I reacted. I know I didn't show any like extreme emotion, like, but like I was thinking it, but I decided not to show that. I showed that I was disappointed. So on the day they were supposed, her mom was coming to, because they were gonna drive together. So that's how it went, and so she told me, and that particular day was the last day I was gonna see her in person. So we said our goodbyes and stuff, and she walked me to the stanza at the time, the car, and it didn't really hit me until walking towards that car that whatever was going on between us, we didn't label it. It's not gonna happen anymore. I think that both of us realize that. Some of this I'm exaggerating for effect, but you'd be surprised what's true and what's not true. So like, yeah, like it hit me all of a sudden, like like a ton of bricks or something. And, I got teary eyed. I'll say, because she was also getting teary eyed. So I sort of like, before I was gonna step in the car, I sort of like turned to face a different way, because I felt a single tear roll down my face, and then we said goodbye again, and I sat in the car. I don't know what compelled me to do this. You see it in the movies all the time, but I crossed my arms over the steering wheel, and I think like it had been a long time between the next time. I just started sobbing, and like I saw that she kind of looked back every now and then when she was walking back to the apartment. But I think she knew that that was my way of dealing with things. And I guess she didn't want to interrupt. But I saw her. Every time when she turned around, she was about to go forward, she just hesitated and turned back around. I think this only happened like once or twice, or like 1.5 times, you know what I mean? And I didn't say anything. It wasn't like I was gonna roll the window down and say, "Don't go." It's like there's no way I can support anyone else's kid. We were just not in good places in our lives when we met. But yeah, now she has the gastric bypass surgery, and stomach stapling, whatever it is. She lost a lot of weight. She had always say that eventually she thought she was gonna see her like, more healthy body shape in the future, and she was right. Took a long time, but she was right. It had gotten to a point where I believe it was affecting her health, and when that happens, you can use your employer's insurance, I assume. Yeah, if it's affecting your health, then it's interfering with your job as well. So it only makes sense that you can at least propose the idea. Yeah. I mean, I think we chatted on webcam like 2 or 3 times. We did that fit check challenge together. But after that, she hadn't gotten a surgery yet. But shortly after that, she did. And her entire life changed for the better, I would assume. And obviously, I'm happy for her. Seems like a lot of things are this, but this particular case was just another unfinished chapter in my life, supposedly. But yeah. Like, as I think back on it over and over, there was no way things could have not went that way, the way they went. There's no way anything was going to change anything. And I think that was the hardest part for me to deal with, was that I got defeated. Not only could I get the scenario or the living situation that I wanted, but now I'm just some guy from her past now. We never really had to talk, so to speak, quote unquote talk, to be exclusive. We never said we loved each other. So quite frankly, we weren't together, so to speak, for a pretty long time. And the baby was close to being a toddler eventually. I think I was in the picture for most of the baby years, the infant years. I want to say it didn't have to go down that way. There's no other way it could have went down. And that's the worst part, man. Like, maybe this is accurate, but it just felt like I was completely helpless. I was out of options. And the fact that I just had, I had the idea that there was nothing I could have done. At least in that last one afternoon or night, whatever, before they started driving. There's nothing I could have done. And even if there was, it doesn't take care of all the other things that were kind of out there. I don't want to say broken, but in bad luck, let me put it that way. Even though some of the people involved, obviously not me or her, they made their bed and now they have to sleep in it. Because you had a choice at one point, but you decided to take that road. And, look how it ended up. I guess because he's a dumbass. But it's fine. But yeah, that was one of the few LDRs I've been in. Long distance relationship, for those that don't know. You've heard me say this before. The way to make an LDR successful, is that it can't stay long distance forever. That's one of the most true things I've ever heard. But is there a time frame? I have no fucking idea. I remember in the car, in my car, I just couldn't stop sobbing. And like when there was a moment of reprieve, I started the car and I tried my best to drive safely, of course, with what was going on, and quite frankly, exaggeratingly, maybe not to a smaller degree, it was hard to drive with the tears pouring down. I think I wondered when I was on the highway if I should have pulled over or not, to gather my bearings, so to speak. What if, right? Yeah, hope she's happy. After everything she went through, she's quite frankly deserves it. But where was I in this picture? I was not going to be in it. Yeah, because I highly doubt she's as far as I can tell, at least I hope it's true, that she's not ignoring me on purpose. I don't know. I'm sure everything's fine, but sometimes I just have a bad feeling, like a premonition, I'm sure she's fine. her daughter is an adult now, I think, legally. So she starts her new life as well. And her mom, Kirsten, has every right to restart her life now. She doesn't exactly have to take care of the baby anymore. Even the kid, the teenager, the adult. It's not that she didn't know what to say when she turned and saw me in the car. It's that, just like I said, she knew I had to go through it to get through it. If that makes any sense. That one was a rough one. Just specify rough ending. The thing about endings are they're pretty final. I would like to think, even though I do think about it in the past a lot, or in passing even, I accepted it, and obviously with time you learn to adapt and grow to accept it until you're actually accepted of it. I think I know what, well, at least I guess this was a previous partner of hers. I think I know what he looks like, and all I'm saying is that I looked a lot better than. All I'm saying is I looked a lot better than him. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, I think it's true. Am I biased? I guess so. What if I could be unbiased? I would look. I looked better than him. I find it funny. That's that's what I think of. Alright, guys. Holy shit! It's almost 1 o'clock. I don't know what to do, man. I don't know what to do about anything. Oh damn. Every once in a while, the views on a particular VOD spike. I have no idea why. I mean, obviously the majority of them are 0 views, but like this one where I said the sleep stream happened in the beginning of the stream because I didn't realize how tired I was. I already started streaming. So sleep stream happened, and it got 8 views. The VOD got 8 views, which is unusual in my opinion for a VOD channel. For someone who shouldn't have a VOD channel, because I'm not popular enough, whatever. Like, if someone asks me, do I miss her? I reply with, I miss what we had. We didn't label it. We didn't expand upon it further than that. Whatever we had, I used to miss it. And it took me a long time for me to be like, it just wasn't going to work out. And you have to accept that. What else are you going to do? There's no other choice. She drove kind of really far away from her new city she was in. From when I drove from here to Vegas, it was a long drive, as you can imagine, and a lot of other stuff happened. But it's in my book. Just check my book out. That's all. Yeah. I just I just hate thinking this, like, there's nothing else I could have done. With the resources I had at the time, there was nothing I could have done. Everything was already taken care of. I'm not saying I was collateral damage, but I didn't fit in that picture anymore. And at a certain time, I felt like I was in that picture. The family photo, the portrait. But things went the way they went, and I guess I was photoshopped out. It's fine though. Obviously I understand everything that happened, honestly. I think the ending of it was more traumatic than any other part of it. Like, I had no choice but to accept it. What other options were there? One time, when she was sort of fairly done with making certain plans for her mom to come and they would drive together or whatever, like I said, to that place very close to Vegas. It didn't feel like I belonged there anymore. I even said before she found out these plans were finalized, I told her that, like, I have to drive back here anyway, like, maybe we could go out to dinner with my parents or something. And at the time, I think she just said, oh yeah, that could be a good idea. And later on, she was talking about it, and she said the fact that I wanted to even introduce her particularly to my mom. Like, it made her so happy. I guess maybe like it seemed like something more could have happened, and it could have, as far as I know. And who knows? It could have not worked out. Eventually, maybe there would be some disagreement or whatever. I think the worst thing is just like how I knew that wasn't going to work out in my favor. Some recent stuff that I feel like are not going to work out in my favor. And if that's the case, I even regret entertaining the idea then. So I'll tell you what's going to happen. What's going to happen is that I'm going to get hurt again. I mean, when I say again, I mean the course of those 13 or so relationships. Dude, I almost lost count. It's like between 12 and 14, so I went with 13. And that it's probably going to hurt. It's probably going to hurt a lot. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm just gonna let the cards fall the way they fall. I realize I can pursue a more aggressive role, but I don't think I want to. Well, in regards to a few things in my life, back to the drawing board. Take care of yourselves and each other, guys.